Today I'm going to be talking about a book that fulfilled one of my 2016 January Reads Reading Challenge requirements. And the requirement was read a book that you've already seen the movie for. The book is Friday Night Lights by H.G. Bissinger. Now, if you don't know, there was a movie that came out just a little bit over a decade ago. Same name. You can very, very easily make the case that it was the best sports movie probably the last quarter century. No doubt. I mean, there are a few other ones that you can definitely throw in that conversation. But Friday Night Lights, that movie is very, very good. There's a reason that after that movie, there was and it gives you a really good insight into Texas football and how important it is and how important it is in these small towns where there is nothing else to do. But to me, this book and the movie is kind of in the same vein as Moneyball. If you haven't read it, Moneyball is probably the best sports book I've ever read. It's great, and it just shows how even when the adaptation of the movie is like up here, the book is still just so far ahead. And that's the same with this. The main difference is that the movie focuses almost exclusively on the season. And if you don't know, Friday Night Lights follows the 1988 Permian Panthers high school football team as they go through their football season. They progress through the Texas State Football Championship. Ultimately, they lose in the semifinals. The book focuses so much on the players outside of football. Ivory Christian, Don Billingsley, Chavez, Mike Winchell, Boobie Miles. I mean, all of these guys are in the movie, but you don't really get that much into their personal lives. When you go into the lives of these kids, because I mean, that's what they are. They're kids, 17, 18 years old. How different it is for them compared to what it may have been for you, may have been for me in high school. I can tell you, the players, the school, the city, the town, overtly racist. There were numerous instances with quotes from players in which they're talking about other players on the team and they're calling them the N-word. The division that existed on that team. Remember, H.G. Bissinger, he followed that team the entire season. There's so much more in the book than there is in the movie. You learn more about the town, you learn more about the players, you learn more about the culture, you learn more about just about every aspect of small town Texas football from 30 years ago. Imagine that 30 years ago, before the age of social media, before the internet, before all the things that we have now, and you have a community that is focused on one thing. That was the case in Friday Night Lights in Odessa, Texas. I found out afterward, after I read it. Sports Illustrated voted it as the 4th best sports book ever. Now, what does that tell you? It's definitely in my top 10, just behind Moneyball, because in my opinion, Moneyball was just a little bit better. But when you read Friday Night Lights, it is about so much more than football. It really is about what you see in the subtitle: a town, a team, and a dream. That's exactly what it is. And that's all I have for you today. Like I said, it fulfilled one of my requirements for my 2016 reading challenge of reading a book that you've already seen the movie for, and I definitely have seen the Friday Night Lights a million times. And I will link in the description to my reading challenge so you can see my current progress, and I will see you next time.